Alrighty, so this is Diesel We the People News. Alright, this video is without prejudice and or without recourse. Kadoki, I'm going to stand on the UCC 1-308. All rights reserved, people. Okay, I'm not an attorney. I will not give legal advice. Why? Because I'm not an attorney. It's my opinion only. Do not misconstrue what I say as legal advice. Okay? Do as you wish, but the responsibility lays on you. Alright? I never look straight forward. I always look around me to be able to protect myself by any means necessary. Alright, so this video, I cut it a little bit short, but it's nice to see an auditor and DPS having meetings of the minds, because it don't happen very often. And this auditor right here, or cop watcher, Corners News, okay? C-O-R-N-E-R-S News. Alright, so look him up, give him some love. Alright, if you want to see the full video. This is just for the meetings of minds itself in general, okay? Alrighty, let's proceed forward. What do you guys think?
Are you done?
I have my mobile tab on.
Are you done?
I'm done with it. It's free go.
Okay. So why were you giving me an awful directive?
Go back over there. All right. I got my mobile tab. I got the information on it.
Why were you giving me an awful directive?
So
I was only advising the passenger.
We can all sing together. We can't speak together. So if you're gonna give me
all right.
I'll talk. If not, have a nice day.
All right.
Okay. I have no problems with you, John. I'm all for it. All right. But when I'm doing a job, I need to put my undivided attention on those folks.
I understand.
Now, you can stand on that film all you want to. I don't care. Just don't walk up to my traffic stop. We good to go. That's all I ask.
No.
What's that?
No. You told me I was interference when I let the passenger.
You a warning. I give folks a warning like that. I say you are subject to arrest. I'm giving you a warning. So if something happens, you can't say that, well, I didn't know nothing about it.
For speech?
For interfering. I said interfering.
Interfering. Have you read 3015?
Yes, I have.
You sure?
Yes, for interfering. Yes, for interfering.
Okay.
For the public duties of the public law.
I know it by heart.
Okay, I'm glad you do. I know it by heart too. But I'm just saying, I have a job to do. You doing your job. Film all you want to, brother.
And why did you threaten the passenger with arrest? She didn't need to identify.
I never talked to the. I never said.
So you made her identify?
Yes, because she broke the law.
She doesn't
had an open container in the vehicle.
She doesn't have to ID?
She had an open container in the vehicle.
Doesn't matter?
Yes, because I'm writing her a ticket.
Doesn't matter.
Go read up on it, sir. Go read on it, sir. Read it.
Are you going to let me speak?
Hang on. You said what you said. I'm totally wrong. She had an open container. It's against the law to send a ticket. It's not a traffic violation. It's a vehicle. Now, I cannot arrest her, but I can write a ticket. I never threatened her.
Okay.
You show me that I threatened. You said it, not me.
That's important what you said. You said you cannot arrest her, right?
Not for open container.
All right. You know what the good thing is about 3802?
Sure.
You can only arrest her if she's lawfully arrested. That's the only way you're going to ID her. Lawfully arrested.
She is lawful. Once I stop that vehicle,
the driver.
Once I stop the vehicle, if I see anything in that vehicle that's illegal, everybody's detained. At that time, she had some contraband, which is an open container. Now, if she was sitting there and didn't have an open container, no, I don't need to identify her. But since she broke the law, yes, she has to be identified because I'm writing her a ticket. And she received a citation. Read up on it, bro.
3802 is 3802 is very specific.
Yes, but read up on your law.
You can only.
So you saying that she's in violation of the law? I can't identify her.
Nope.
Why not?
You can only
arrest. In violation of the law.
You can only arrest somebody when they're lawfully arrested. That's the only way. There's no other way around it.
So if I found
lawfully,
let me ask you this. So if I found dope in that vehicle and no one confessed to it, then what? Then what? No, that's my question. Then what?
You had PC. You had PC to pull over who?
I'll pull the driver over.
The driver.
Okay, I'll pull the driver.
The driver.
I'll pull the driver over. I found dope in it. I found, marijuana, cocaine. Guys, who dope is it? It's not mine. It's not mine. It's not mine. Then what?
Investigate.
Okay, and then what?
Investigate.
Then everybody's what? Free to go?
They don't have to ID.
Why not?
Because they're not arrested.
They broke the law. They
cool.
did a course of investigation. No one's claiming the dope.
Too bad.
So read up on it, brother. You can
3802 is very,
read up on it.
30,
Sir, read up on it.
3802 is
Read up on
the simplest
That's
penal
for
code
somebody
there
who's not
is.
breaking the law. If the pastor wasn't breaking the law, then I cannot identify her.
You want to pull up 3802?
Pull it up.
No, you want to.
No,
I mean,
no,
I know
you
it by
pull it up.
memory, man.
Pull it up.
I know it by
I
memory.
got my, you know what? I got my book.
Okay, perfect.
I got my book.
Perfect.
I want you to show me where he says that somebody is not breaking the law, even though a pastor, I cannot identify them.
And
Show me that.
okay. Let's read it. I'm not a threat to you, by the way.
No, I'm good. Because you get in this confused. If the pastor is breaking the law, I have every right to identify that person. Now, the back pastor, she wasn't breaking the law. Why? I cannot identify her. But the two, the driver and the front seat passenger, breaking the law. She had an open container.
Hey, you had
That's breaking the law.
PC. You had PC to defend the driver.
But I want you to show me. 38 what? 38?
38.02.
Hold that for me. Let me get
Sure. You want to turn it off?
No, it's just me charging.
Failure to identify.
And I want you to look at it real close where it's at.
I've been arrested for that. Will you agree you were wrong if we find out you're wrong?
I'm not going to be wrong, sir.
Okay. Is there like an ego problem going
No,
on?
I'm good to go. Like I said, I don't think. What you doing? That's
I'm
that's your right.
I'm being serious.
But what I'm saying is, because she broke the law by having an open container, now she's fair game to be identified.
Now you can identify her.
Yes.
By law.
By law. And if you read it, now she's being illegally detained.
Okay.
She can be identified. The backseat passenger, she didn't do anything. She just right, so I can't identify her.
Before we read it, you want me to explain it to you?
I want to explain the way that you understand.
Before we read it. Okay. 3802, you have to identify once you're lawfully arrested. If you give false information,
yes, you
can get.
But read it to her. Okay, here go right here.
If you're detained,
Which they are.
if the passenger is detained,
Yes.
she would only be in violation if she gives false information.
She didn't give me false information. You said she cannot identify. You said she cannot identify herself. That's what you first started.
Yeah, she doesn't have to
Why not?
identify.
She broke the law.
She's not under arrest.
Yes, she is. Once I found that beer can, and she was holding that beer can open container. She's under arrest right now.
Remember
She's
you told
under
me?
custodial arrest,
Right.
but she's under arrest. I mean, she can't go anywhere.
Remember you told me
Read this.
you cannot arrest somebody for open container, remember?
Arrest is being detained.
Right.
Custodial arrest is when I put the handcuffs on you. Remember, there's two types of arrest. When I pull you over and turn my lights on, you are being arrested, meaning that you're not free to go. Once I say you're under arrest, put your hands behind your back, you've been under custodial.
You don't have to be in handcuffs to be detained or arrested.
Now, read the deal. Read the deal. Read it.
3802.
Read it.
Oh, you read it. I know it.
No, you read it.
Okay.
Read it.
Okay, for everybody here. A person commits an offense if he intentionally refuses to give his name, residence, address, date of birth to a police officer who has
Then lawfully,
arrested.
which goes to work. They weren't free to go because they broke the law.
Those two?
Yes.
You had PC to detain who?
I had first I had PT to have him because he had a driver license. Once she had that open container, holding it up, and it was open, now I got PC to detain her.
To detain her.
She's unlawfully arrested right now. She
Arrested.
cannot go. She cannot go.
You just told me you cannot arrest somebody for open
You do
container.
not understand what I'm saying. There's two types of arrest. Okay?
I understand the difference.
Hang on. Remember, we can sing together, we can't talk together. All right. Y'all got the license? Let me move out the way so you guys can drive. We just have the conversation over here.
Sure. She's mad. She's mad.
You need to be mad.
Yeah.
You need to show that too on yourself.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
There are two types of arrests in the state of Texas.
Right.
The first arrest is your arrest. Turn my lights on. The car pull over.
Right.
The car's not free to go. They've been detained. So
Right.
that's arrest.
Yeah.
Go to the driver. I'm talking to him. All right. While enforcing my duties, call the passenger. She had an open container.
Right.
All right. Now she's in violation of the law. Now she's arrested. Okay. She's detained, arrest, whatever you want.
Right.
Once I say that, hey, get out your car, put your hands behind your back, you go over with me, that's a custodial arrest. So now, they get in my front seat, I do the deal, I take them to jail. So that's your custodial arrest. So you always have two types of arrests.
Okay.
You have your arrest where you detain the individual, where they're not free to go,
Right. Yeah.
which they weren't free to go.
Yeah, they're
So
detained.
they detain, they're arrested. Once I do my investigation where I can see that I can bring a criminal charge to those folks, or whoever, now the custodial arrest, meaning, hey, the handcuffs on, you guys go down to the county and you get processed. That's where you're confusing the arrest. Arrest is when you've been detained. Or make it easy, I say detained, to make it easy for you guys. Detained, that's arrest. You're not free to go. So under what you were saying, under 38.02, they are lawfully arrested, meaning they can't go anywhere until I say, okay, you know what, sign your ticket, you are free to go. Once they sign their ticket, they're free to go.
Okay. I have a question for the passenger.
So,
She doesn't ID.
then she gets go to jail. If she have a beer can, she's going to jail for not the beer can, open container. She's going to jail refuse to identify because she's lawfully arrested. She's not free to go.
Okay.
All attorneys, I'll tell you the same thing.
And so the police frequently like to come up and ask people to provide their name, their address, and their date of birth. Now, whatever the context, it's only under certain contexts that you're actually required to provide this information. But here's where people get in trouble. In an effort to not know what to do, then some people give false information to the police. That's where things go way wrong. Okay, so when people give false information to the police, that's when you can pretty much guarantee almost every time you're going to be charged with a failure to identify under Texas law. So what's the first question? When am I required to identify myself to a Texas police officer? So anytime you're speaking to law enforcement, it's important to be aware of the information you are legally required to provide. So legally, you are only required to give your name, your address, and your date of birth to the police if you are placed under lawful arrest. If you are placed under lawful arrest. Under other situations, for example, let's say if you're being detained but not under arrest, the officer just walks up and starts talking to you. You are not required to disclose all that information to the police officer. You're not required to do that.
Okay.
All attorneys, I'll tell you the same thing.
Okay. She doesn't show ID. She's gonna arrest her for
No to ID.
failure to ID.
Yes, because she broke the law by having an open container inside the vehicle.
Okay. That's how you understand it.
No, that's the law. Get an attorney. Call an attorney.
Are you an attorney?
I think I've been doing this for 20
No,
years.
no.
I have a degree.
Are you an attorney?
I have a degree. I have a degree in criminal justice science, so I think I'm pretty knowledgeable.
Not the same thing.
Yes, it is. I think I'm pretty knowledgeable.
So you're an attorney.
No, I'm not an attorney. I'm the best thing. I'm a police officer.
Can you give
I'm a police officer.
Oh
Best
man,
thing.
trust me, police officers are the worst, man.
Okay, well,
as far as knowing the law.
Okay, well,
And
I love looking at case law.
I proved every single one of them
Okay,
wrong.
I love looking at case law. I love it.
Yeah.
No problem with it. But this time, brother, you're wrong about your interpretation. And that's laws. Laws are written to be interpreted away different things. That's why we have courts.
And
one person might say tomatoes, the other person might say tomatoes. The courts look at it and say, okay, this is what we're going to do, and then they set some type of precedent.
And I think you're contradicting yourself because you told me first you cannot arrest her for open container, and then now you told me.
No, You're not getting the concept. You're not getting the concept.
I do. You said she cannot get arrested for open container just for that, right? You told me that.
Well, okay, let me put it this way. Let me clarify. When I say arrest, custodial arrest. She cannot get in that car. No, that's two types of arrest. Okay, that's two types of arrest. Okay, when I detain you, you are being arrested. You're not free to go.
Right.
Once I say you're under arrest, put your hands behind your back. Now, and I put those handcuffs on you, it's custodial arrest.
Okay.
Now, you've been custodial arrest. Now I got to do the procedure, paperwork, the whole 9 yards. See, that's what you get. Every time a peace officer stops a car, they individuals in that vehicle are arrested, meaning they cannot go anywhere.
Okay.
Until the officer says, are you free to go, write a ticket, and so forth.
Okay.
Right? Get you out the car, do a close investigation, and some criminal offense is still afoot. Now I'll make the arrest. Now it's custodial arrest.
Okay.
There's two types of arrest.
Right.
Look it up, two types of arrest.
All right. So, I mean, just to wrap it up, I don't want to take much of your time away.
No, I'm good. I like
to wrap it up for my audience.
Okay.
You cannot arrest her for open container, but if she doesn't identify, you will arrest her for failure to ID.
Because it was a lawful, she's been detained or arrested lawfully. An officer has to be a lawful arrest, or in your case, let's make it easy, detention. All right?
Which is an arrest.
Yes.
Exactly.
I understand. So if she refused at that point to say, no, I'm not going to identify myself, then now
you would arrest her.
Exactly.
For failure to ID.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's your interpretation.
Yes, that's my, and I go by it. I mean, it's like your interpretation. That's, like I said, tomatoes come on. The way you think,
right?
That's your will. And that's my deal. I mean, that's you right to your opinion.
Right. And let me tell you something. I would love for somebody to arrest me for failure to ID, just because of that. I would love for somebody to arrest me.
Yeah, and that'll be right. If you break the law, all right, you're a passenger.
I already got arrested for that.
Well, I wasn't there, so I can't speak on it.
It got thrown out.
Okay, well, I wasn't
there. Because I wasn't lawfully arrested.
Okay, well, I wasn't there.
Okay.
So I don't know the facts and circumstances of what.
Right. I understand.
Your deal. So I can't comment on that.
Right.
But in her case, it's a good solid case.
You think so?
I know so, sir. Good solid case because she's being detained right now, and then once I found an open container, she broke the law.
Yeah.
Okay, so now she failed to identify herself.
Right.
And you read it for yourself. Any unlawful arrest. She goes to jail.
Okay.
That's it. I mean, that's in black and white. I didn't quote it verbatim. I pulled the book out. I already carry that book with me.
Lawfully arrested, says right. Okay.
She wasn't free to go. She broke the law by having an open container. So I have all the elements of the crime there.
All right.
Now, she want to get an attorney, and I'm not saying that she refused. I'm just using her as an example.
Yeah.
But that's how those steps or that process. You got the element of crime. She refused to identify herself. Now, then I can make the custodial arrest. Now, if I go to a passenger and I say, let me see ID, and she hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Then we have an issue there.
Yeah.
Okay, but that wasn't the case.
Okay. I mean, hopefully, you have rank?
Yeah, I'm sergeant.
You're sergeant?
Yes.
And that's your interpretation?
That's the law, the state of Texas interpretation.
You're an attorney?
No. Are you an attorney?
Are you?
Are you? I told you no already.
I study the law very much.
I do too.
Okay.
But that won't make us attorneys.
No, exactly. Okay. And you said you were almost an attorney.
No, I did not. I did not. I'm a best thing. I'm a peace officer.
Okay. I play an attorney on TV.
Okay, well, that doesn't make you an attorney. You don't have a license,
all right?
No,
peace officer license doesn't make you an attorney.
Okay, but I never said that. That's your word.
Right.
I told her I'm the best thing. I'm a peace officer. An attorney probably say the same thing, that he's the best thing. He's an attorney.
I can say the same thing. I'm a best thing.
But you studied the law, and that's your interpretation. Right. I studied the law.
Okay.
Okay, so we leave it at that.
Yeah.
Right?
Agree to disagree, right?
Agree to disagree, all right?
All right, man. All right, thank you. Appreciate your time.
All right, people. There you go. That was an interesting video, and we got to give props for the officer to take his time and trouble to have a meetings of minds with the cop watcher and see how their thinking process works. And and for my side of it, how the auditors or cop watchers, you know, their thinking process works as the same. You know what I mean? So we got to watch both sides of it. And again, I'm going to split this video in half and probably make 2 different videos so it don't be extension longer of my opinion, so a third party. Okay, my opinions on all this. If you guys want to watch it, tune in later on my next videos. Alright, this is We the People News. Bye y'all.